Hey guys, it's Carl Brown for GuitarLessons365.com. And you probably know what I'm going to be doing in this lesson. We're going to learn how to play Fire by Jimi Hendrix. So this is one of his easier ones. So don't be, you hear some people hear Hendrix and take off. But this one's a pretty easy one to play, even the solos, pretty easy to do. All right, so we're in standard tuning too, so you don't have to tune your guitar down or anything like a lot of Hendrix. So we're going to start here with some octaves here. We'll just do this main riff first. All right, what's going on there? So we have the, if you don't know what an octave is, 11th fret on the A, and then the 13th fret on the G. I have to play with my pinky there. Now what you need to do is pick across the A, the D, and the G string together, and you need to mute that D string with the bottom of your index finger. So basically, your fingertip down here is going to rub slightly against the D string and mute it out. So then when you pick those three strings, you only hear the two strings on the outside, which is the same note there, just an octave apart. So you play that, and then down one fret, and then slide it off. So, all right, and now we're going to take the octave to the 8th fret, then 10, and then over to the 6th string. You got to move both string fingers up. So 10th fret on the low E and 12th on the D. Make sure you're muting now the A string. So we have this. Again. And then we have the riff that pretty much makes up the verse. Doesn't get much easier than that. That's 12th fret on the A to 10 on the D, and then 12 on the D twice. So he keeps coming back in with that while he's singing. All right, and then we go into the chorus, which has a little lead a little fill that goes in before it, and then I'll go into the chorus. Let me show you what that sounds like. All right, and then we're just back to. All right, so what's going on there? We have chords that could be a little difficult for some players because Hendrix loved to use his thumb on the 6th string. So now, before I get to that, we do an oblique bend. So you can grab the 13th fret on the B string and the 12th fret on the G. Pick those two strings, and as you're doing it, bend up the G string. All right, and then we get to the actual chorus. Now, what we're going to do here is this low E string, the 10th fret there with your thumb. Now, if you go to GuitarLessons365.com and you check out, I have lessons there. I believe that's probably in the beginner or intermediate section on how to use your thumb to play chords. So, you know, if you have trouble doing it, how to position it so you can play them easier. All right, so you're gonna have that, and then you're gonna bar across the 10th fret on the high E and the B, 11 on the G, 12 on the D. Now you play that, but as you're playing that, at first you're gonna have your pinky at the 12th fret on the high E string. So we have this. Then lift up the pinky, and then move down 2 frets and play the same chord that you started with the pinky down here, but this time obviously since it's 2 frets lower, it's at the 10th fret. So we have this. Now in between that, he does a fill each time, and he usually kind of rotates between going in 10th position and 12th position and doing pretty much the same fill. So, but like I said, he never played it the same way twice, so it's really hard to kind of pinpoint it. So what I suggest doing is sliding into the 12th fret on the A string, then 10th on the D, and then pull off quickly 12 to 10 on the D, over to 12 on the low E string. Oh, sorry, 12 on the A string, and then back to the chorus, and then do that same lick but 2 frets higher, and then start over. Now this time back at the 12th, the 2 frets lower. So that's pretty close to what he's doing there. He's just kind of rotating that riff. Now sometimes he'll vary it a little bit. He'll just kind of slide up 10 and then do hammer 10 to 12 twice on the D. So you'll hear little variations on that, but that's basically the lick that he's doing. He'll do slight variations here or there, but you know, pinning them all down really wouldn't be worth it. Just kind of play it like he does. Just kind of wing it a little bit. All right. So from there we get to the bridge, which sounds like this. All right, so that's the next part. At least we don't know. It does kind of go back through the verse again. So that's just a power chord here at the low E string 10th fret, then 8, then 5. And then 8. All right, and now we get to the first guitar solo. It's pretty short. Let me play through it real quick. All right, so really short actually. So we're gonna start here, some bends at the 15th fret. Get used to this because this and the second solo are pretty much all bends at the 15th fret there. On the B string, whole step bend, then do it again, and when you pick the second time, pick it as it's bent, release the bend, then over to 12. So that's the first phrase, read this. All right, the next phrase sounds like this. And that's the bend at the 15 again. Again, so it's done twice. Then you play 15, 12, and then a bend at the 14th fret on the G string. So that phrase again. So the first 2 phrases of the solo sound like this. All right, third phrase. And that's just bend twice at the 15, and pick 15 normal without the bend, and then the bend at the 14 on the G. One more time for that phrase. And you're going to end the solo with this last phrase. That's going to be a bend at the 15 again, then pick it, release it real quick, and then come over to the 14th fret, do 2 bends, and then the 12th fret on the G string again. So we have this. So all 4 phrases together for the first solo. All right, so then we're back to some familiar riffs again. And now coming out, going into the last solo, though he's doing the chorus. So the last time he goes, it just basically moves everything up 2 frets, changes keys on us here. So you just basically do it the same thing you did here. But just move it up 2 frets and just do it really, and then it goes straight into the outro solo, okay? So let me play through the outro solo for you real quick. Kind of messing around with it there because it's just very repetitive. So what you really want to do here is you're doing the bends at the 15th fret for this first phrase. Now he's picking it, doing the bend, and he's putting a lot of vibrato on it while he continues to pick it while it's bent. So this, and then does a final bend there. Then the next phrase, so it's kind of the same. He bends up and keeps picking it. Then you do a bend and release. So far we have this. All right, now you're not bent at first. You picked 15 a few times. And then a little bend and release there for the third phrase. All right, this next one's a good little bending exercise. This fourth phrase of the solo sounds like this. So that's a bend up on the 15th. Oh, sorry. And then pick 15 normal. And then do the bend again. Then normal. And then 2 bends. So you gotta go back and forth between that note. All right, the next one kind of starts the same. So we're just kind of doing a lot of bends here, the 15th. Bend, pick it, normal, bend, and then bend at 14, and then 12. And then we're kind of just back to the same stuff, doing a bunch of bends on 15. So I think you understand what I'm meaning here is for this outro solo, it's a lot of bends. It's just a really kind of just 2 or 3 different notes. He's just doing slight variations on each time. So best bet for you is just to kind of follow your ear a little bit, because there's not a lot going on there. It's just really, really repetitive there on that one note. All right, so that's about it for Fire. It's a short one, but it's a great one. Got a lot of energy to it. It's a lot of fun to play. All right, hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you again soon for GuitarLessons365.com.